Scammers do their best to take advantage and cheat you out of your money, and sometimes that prime target is our older population. Lane Montz with the Better Business Bureau here this afternoon to talk about how fraud can affect our older loved ones, even go as far as abuse. So June is Elder Abuse Awareness Month?
It is all month long, yep.
So we talk, when you come on, we talk about scams all the time. But yeah, that population is susceptible more so to scams than any other?
It is, although the youngest generation is a close second because they're so trusting of technology, Dan. But you know, with elder abuse, excuse me, it comes in many forms. It can be physical abuse, it can be neglect, it can be financial abuse. And of course, the BBB is best positioned to help elders and seniors deal with that potential financial abuse.
Now, how is that in your wheelhouse with Better Business Bureau? Because it's not really regarding business.
No, it's not. But the Better Business Bureau has always had a twin mission of finding, promoting, and supporting the best and most honest businesses. And that goes hand in hand with protecting the public. Our goal is to improve marketplace trust, and there are two sides to that coin.
Boy, you hear about an elderly couple that gets scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you just wish before somebody in any position, no matter what your age is, just before you respond to do that, take a deep breath or even ask someone for another opinion before you make that step that risks your fortune. Well,
and elders, because they are a little bit more prone to be isolated, a little bit more prone to be forgetful, and really they will understand technology to a useful point, but it is a little hard if you haven't kept up with it. It's a little hard to get to catch up on that. So they're a little bit more at risk that way. What typically is the kind of scam they're victims of? Well, romance scams prey on their loneliness.
Really?
Yeah, they're a big target for romance scams, and they don't really understand how romance fraud uses technology and how profiles can be completely fake. I mean, they are learning, but that is one. Grandchildren scams, hey, I'm on vacation, I got arrested, etc. They will sometimes text, $1,500 to make bail or whatever. So that is another one that's pretty popular. Pet scams, puppy scams can hit seniors pretty hard. And then just phone calls that purport to be from the IRS or a Social Security or Veterans Give Back scam. They're all hit the seniors pretty hard.
But you do raise a good point about romance scams, because there are a lot of elderly women out there, a lot of elderly men, unattached, living by themselves. And my aunt, for example, fell victim of a scam like this. Some guy she met on Facebook, and she kept telling my family that, yeah, we're going to get together, and this guy has lots of money, I'll be set. And he ended up taking her for a little bit of money, and it just breaks your heart.
Yeah, so if they don't hear about it a lot, the more you hear about it, the more you hear about one kind of scam, Dan, the more you're prepared for all kinds of scams, because they follow a pattern, and your defense follows a pattern too.
If you're middle-aged and your parents are still alive and you want to make sure that they can, what are some sources here? National Center of Elder Abuse.
Yes.
It's a phone call.
Yep. I don't have the phone numbers or websites memorized, but you got them on the screen. Yeah. Those are all national resources. Local resources are available. I might point out, though, for the seniors that are listening in, the seniors can actually play a role when they do start to get dialed in on these scams, when they do start to learn about them and they take an interest. They actually provide an important source of information to the rest of the family, because the parents are super busy, the kids are trusting of technology. The elders, I would encourage them to stay dialed in. Don't just wait for the BBB to tell you about it. Go out and learn, constantly be on the lookout, go to presentations. We put on about 100 presentations a year at the BBB in our Senior Scam Guard program. Learn about it and become a nexus of information and warning, and pass it back to your family.
I noticed that with AI now, they're able to duplicate your voice. So if they're able to duplicate someone's voice and have that person, a relative, call and ask for help, I mean, who wouldn't fall for that?
Yeah, I have a good piece of advice for that. The family should have a safe word or a safe phrase that only the family knows about. So if you get one of those calls or a text or whatever, if that person doesn't know the safe phrase or the safe word, scam. Treat it as a scam. You know, you could say, no, I don't know, something cryptic, the reindeer flies at midnight or something like that. It sounds funny, but there's no way a scammer would know that. You never write it, you never publish it, the family knows about it. That is a great way to sniff out potential scams. It sounds hokey, but it works.
Good idea. But then you get also elderly dementia possibly, and they don't even know, they can't even recite their grandkids' names possibly, and that's a problem right
That is
there.
a problem, but that's kind of a different, that's an extension
Yeah.
of the problem, yeah. That has more dimensions to deal with. But elder abuse happens to about 1 in 10 of elders 65 and over, but only about 1 in 24 cases get reported. That's what the statistics say.
That's too many. All right. Lane, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Dan.
Lane Montz, Better Business Bureau.